Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Angie and this is Our Contented Home. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a DIY with y'all that is easy and fun. The whole month of February, I'll be sharing DIY and upcycled videos on items that I've picked up from the thrift store recently. If you missed my recent videos, I did a thrifting through January where I shared a video each week of me thrifting, and I show you what I got and how I styled it in my home. If you missed any of those videos, I'll share a link in the description box below that you can check out if you're interested in that. Today, I am going to share a DIY on some grapevine wreath balls that I picked up recently at the thrift store. These are the ones I got. I've got a bag, and there were 3 in each bag. I got 2 bags. And so I have a total of 6 of these. I'm going to do a fun DIY and I'm going to share it with you. So let's get on with the DIY and I hope you enjoy. For this DIY you need moss. I started out with this color, but I decided that I wanted something brighter and greener for spring. So I did pick up this Pro Flora moss. I love this color and it's so beautiful for spring. Next, you're going to need some type of adhesive. I picked up this spray adhesive and it works really well for my project. You can also use hot glue, but I'm using grapevine wreath balls as my base, and the hot glue would just seep through the cracks in it. If you're using small styrofoam balls, you could use hot glue. So that works too. I'll link everything below for you. Before we get started with our DIY, let me tell you about Javy coffee concentrate. This coffee is made with 100% arabica beans and the purest water. And we want to try it and see if we like it, to see if it could replace the long drive-through lines and the expensive coffee drinks. So this coffee, we're going to make a classic iced latte. And so we're going to start with filling our cup with ice. And then we're going to use 2 teaspoons of Javy coffee concentrate. And 1 serving, which would be 1 teaspoon, is equivalent to 80 milligrams of caffeine, which is 1 cup of coffee. My daughter's using 2 teaspoons here. She loves her caffeine. And then next, she's using just regular milk, and we're using 8 ounces, but you can use almond milk, oat milk, any kind of milk you want to use, or any kind of liquid. You can put this in water if you would like. And then after that, she's going to add sugar. You can use any kind of sweetener, or you don't have to use any sweetener. It's up to you. But she's going to use sugar and sweeten it up. And then you give it all a stir. And she's going to taste it and see if she likes it.
That's really good. It's really good. You need to try it.
She loves her ice brewed coffee, and she loves Javy coffee concentrate. This coffee has a smooth and delicious taste, and it's going to save us a lot of money from going and getting the specialty coffees, because we can make it right here in our home. You can click now my link in the description box below. You can save 20% off of your bottle of Javy coffee concentrate. And then be sure to visit their website, javy.com, for lots of recipes that you can use the coffee concentrate in. Go now before they sell out. Now back to the DIY. I took my grapevine wreath ball and I added it to a box. And I wanted to do this to contain some of the overspray from this spray adhesive. But you just want to spray whatever form you're using really well with this adhesive. Just get it really good and sticky. And then I brought it inside after that step. And then I just started adding my moss. And you could cut the moss before you do this to make it a little bit more manageable. But I just started taking pieces of moss and just adding it to the sticky part. I was worried that this adhesive would dry quickly, but it really doesn't. So you can just work with the moss and get it like you want it. And then if it does dry out, you can add more adhesive. That works well too. I ended up doing that on a few spots that were a little bit bare. But you just keep adding your moss. And if you see a bare spot, just add it in there. You can add the moss as thick as you want or as thin as you want. I wanted mine pretty thick and lush for spring. But maybe in the fall, if you use these, you could make it a little bit more sparse. But it's entirely up to you. Just do it the way you like it. Add, take away, just to make it your own. After I had the moss attached to the form like I wanted it, I then took a pair of scissors and gave it a nice trim. Now this step is totally optional. I'm going for a traditional look, but if you want whimsical, then you could leave it long. And it's beautiful anyway. It's just up to you which way you like it. So you can trim it, leave it long. Either way, it turns out beautiful. After that first one, I decided to change to the bright green moss, and I have spring fever so bad that I wanted something bright and cheery, and so I started adding this green moss, and it is so beautiful for spring. And what I did with the brown moss was I went back, sprayed the adhesive over that moss, and just added this bright green to it. And it just adds a lot of depth, gives it a really neat look. But I decided to go with the green, and I love how it turned out. Then I just gave this all a trim, and you can use this extra moss for your plants. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute so that you don't have any waste. And then I just took this thrifted bowl that I found about a year ago, I think, and I love this thing. It's so beautiful. Now I'm just going to show you different ways to display the moss balls, and these are perfect for spring, and they just look beautiful anywhere you put them. So I'm just going to put some in this bowl and display them to show you that, and then I'll show you some other ways also. I think these moss balls are beautiful under a cloche, and I just added this one, but I think they would be so pretty with a bunch of them in a cloche just displayed for spring. And I also made over this bunny. He was from the thrift store, and I have a video showing all that I'll link below on how I changed him up from what he was. Now for an idea for those discarded moss pieces that you cut from your moss balls. You can take those and add them to your house plants. And this helps with moisture retention, but it also makes it beautiful when you display these around your home. Just kind of finishes them off. So don't throw away those scraps. Use them on your house plants. And I'll have a video coming really soon to show you how I propagate my pothos. And when you do that, you can use your moss pieces to spread around it to make it beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you plan on making these moss covered grapevine wreath balls, please leave me a comment below and let me know. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, and you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog, Our Contented Home. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.